Hashtag Dune, Part 3 Everything we know about the December 2026 release. Hashtag hook, first 10 seconds. Dune, Part 3 is coming, and it is going to be the biggest sci-fi event of 2026. The teaser trailer has already been viewed over 42 million times, and the film hits theaters on December 18th. Timothée Chalamet returns as Paul Atreides, but this time he is not just a rebel. He is the emperor of the entire universe. And he has a problem. His lover, Chani, played by Zendaya, has left him. His wife, Princess Irulan, played by Florence Pugh, is secretly working against him. And a new villain, played by Robert Pattinson, is rising. This is the final chapter of Denis Villeneuve's Dune saga, and it promises to be the most epic science fiction film of the decade. Hashtag Chapter 1, the story so far. Dune, Part 3 picks up where Dune, Part 2 left off. Paul Atreides has achieved his goal of becoming the leader of the Fremen, but at a terrible cost. Chani, the woman he loves, has walked away from him because she sees the violence and fanaticism that his holy war will bring. Paul is now the emperor, but he is isolated, feared, and increasingly consumed by the prophecy of the Kwisatz Haderach. The film adapts Frank Herbert's 1969 novel Dune Messiah, which is widely considered one of the greatest science fiction novels ever written. Unlike the first two films, which covered the events of the first two books, Part 3 will take significant creative liberties with the source material. Denis Villeneuve has stated that he wants to tell a story that honors the spirit of the novel while also making it accessible to new audiences who may not be familiar with the books. The result is a film that stands on its own as a powerful conclusion to the trilogy while also rewarding fans of the original novels. Hashtag Chapter 2, the cast of characters. The film features the largest cast in the Dune franchise. Timothée Chalamet returns as Paul Atreides, the messianic figure who has become both hero and villain. Zendaya reprises her role as Chani, the Fremen warrior who chose to leave Paul rather than become part of his empire. Florence Pugh returns as Princess Irulan, the political wife who is secretly a Bene Gesserit operative working behind the scenes. Rebecca Ferguson plays Lady Jessica, Paul's mother, who has undergone a dramatic transformation and now walks a dangerous path between loyalty and survival. Javier Bardem returns as Stilgar, the loyal Fremen leader who has followed Paul into battle. Jason Momoa reprises his role as Duncan Idaho, who somehow returns despite dying in the first film, a mystery that the film promises to explore. And the biggest new addition is Robert Pattinson as Skiddly, a face dancer and guild navigator who becomes a major antagonist. Other new cast members include Anya Taylor-Joy as Alia Atreides, the secret sister who has now come of age with dangerous powers of her own. Isaac de Banquel plays Ferric, a Freeman elder who is disillusioned with the changes Paul has brought. And newcomers Nakoa Wolf Momoa and Ida Brooke play the children of Paul and Chani, Ganima and Leto II, whose futures carry enormous implications for the entire saga. Hashtag Chapter 3, the production and filming. Dune, Part 3 was confirmed in development as early as June 2024, when Warner Bros. Set a December 18, 2026 release date. Filming wrapped in November 2025, and the teaser trailer was released on March 17, 2026. The film was shot in Abu Dhabi's Liwa Desert, continuing the production tradition established in the first two films. The desert locations provide a stunning and authentic backdrop for the world of Arrakis, with its vast sand dunes and harsh, unforgiving landscape. Denis Villeneuve directed and co-wrote the screenplay with Brian K. Vaughan, the acclaimed creator of Y, The Last Man and Lost. Villeneuve has stated that this will be his final Dune film, as it wraps up Paul's story and brings the saga to a satisfying conclusion. The cinematography is by Linus Sandgren, who previously worked on La La Land and Nocturnal Animals and brings a keen eye for visual storytelling. The score is by Hans Zimmer, who has composed for every Dune film and whose work has become synonymous with the franchise's epic scope and emotional depth. Hashtag Chapter 4, what makes this film different? Dune, Part 3 takes place 17 years after the events of Dune, Part 2, a significant time jump that allows the story to explore the consequences of Paul's actions in greater depth. The film will show the full scope of the holy war that Paul has unleashed, including the Jihad, a galaxy-wide religious conflict that kills billions of people. This is a darker and more mature story than the first two films, dealing with themes of religious fanaticism, the dangers of messianic leadership, and the corrupting influence of absolute power. The film also introduces the concept of Alia, Paul's sister who was gestated in a test tube and has now come of age, with her own dangerous abilities and her own agenda. The film is expected to run approximately 2 hours and 30 minutes, making it the longest film in the franchise. The extended runtime will allow Villeneuve to explore the complex political and religious dynamics of the Dune universe in greater detail than ever before. Chapter 5, Release and Marketing. Dune, Part 3 is scheduled for theatrical release on December 18, 2026, in IMAX, 3D, and standard formats. The film will compete directly with Avengers: Doomsday, which is also releasing on the same date. Both studios have acknowledged the potential for a Barbenheimer-style box office showdown, with fans dubbing December 18 as Doomsday. The film has already generated massive buzz, with character posters, teaser trailers, and behind-the-scenes footage keeping fans engaged throughout 2026. IMAX has reported that Dune, Part 3 is already one of the most anticipated films of the year, with pre-sale tickets expected to go on sale in the coming months. The film's marketing campaign has been one of the most ambitious in recent memory, with tie-in experiences, interactive websites, and partnerships with brands across the entertainment industry. Chapter 6, The Fan Experience and Community. Dune, Part 3 has already built one of the most passionate fan communities in modern cinema. Fans have been waiting for this film for years, and the anticipation is palpable across every social media platform. Fan theories about the ending of the Dune saga have spawned entire online communities, and the film's release is expected to be one of the biggest cultural events of the year. The Dune franchise has always been more than just a movie series. It is a shared universe that brings together fans from all walks of life, united by their love of Frank Herbert's vision of the future. With Part 3, that vision reaches its conclusion, and fans are eager to see how the story ends. The film has already inspired countless pieces of fan art, fan fiction, and analysis videos on YouTube and other platforms. The Dune community is one of the most dedicated and creative fan communities in the world, and Part 3 promises to give them the ending they have been waiting for. Call to action. If you are a fan of Dune, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more sci-fi news. Drop a comment telling me what you think about Dune, Part 3 and who you are most excited to see on screen. And share this video with any fan of science fiction who has not heard about this incredible film. The saga of Paul Atreides is coming to an end, and December 18th cannot come soon enough. Sources. Wikipedia, Dune, Part 3. Rotten Tomatoes, Dune Part 3 coverage. Deadline, Dune Part 3 trailer release date. Variety, Dune 3 trailer breakdown. IMDb, Dune, Part 3, 2026. /film, Dune Part 3 Creative Liberties.